Coming to get you, bud. Leap of faith. Jesus, use my potential. JUMP. And you wanted to see all this stuff anyway.
Our bumblebee gets. If there's any time that we get the most hype, like I'm talking like the entire boys side of camp has their hoods up, their shirts over there.
Yeah, I see it.
And he comes in and busts in. We played the Chicago Bulls warm-up music like that. Now at guard, you know, Michael Jordan.
Who is that bumblebee?
That is Cameron Sparks.
Okay.
He does our doc. He's in charge of our doc.
Okay.
And he loves it.
I like that video. Is that the song?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is a bad production.
No, that's not.
Whoa. Oh.
It has something else.
Oh.
Yeah,
This is our skit. We tried our skit this summer.
I'm gonna do that barn swing. I have to do at least 5 times this summer. I love that thing. I remember I broke my back. Like, real bad. Yeah. But then I like hop right back on. I'm addicted to it. I'll come over and work. I was going to some of the games. Like, no, you work in the baseball. We need you.
Who do I know? I'm sorry, that is
Chris
baseball.
Cooper, he asked me the first shirt, and I was going to do it, but they was like, no, I need you, bro. So, but next year, I was seriously I'm like, I'm probably the maintenance of the first year. I'm probably going to be over here like this.
Right.
For maintenance, like,
Game all over camp. Yeah, whether like in the night. They have to sneak around. So it's all stealth.
Are you serious?
And the whole gang's stealth. It's like they're running around with
I'd love to open our time this morning just with a word of prayer, and then we'll get going. Father, thank you so much for another day here at camp, Lord. This place is so special. We can't even really begin to understand how wonderful this place is where we stand and sit this morning. And we know that's because of you and what you do. Lord, bless our time here this morning. Help us create and build some memories together as families. And lead us in this time. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Around camp, I'm the catch-all for everything. And, this morning, one of my leadership guys was setting up down here, and I ran by, and I go, hey, how's everything going? He goes, the council ring's kind of wet. And I go, it's wet? Why is it wet? He goes, well, Lord, it rained yesterday morning. It was raining yesterday. He goes, that yesterday that was raining? And I didn't even notice. We got up and had this really, really fun day yesterday that your campers will tell you about. We simulated a plane crash down at the dock with lost luggage, and we had campers jumping in with life jackets, digging for this luggage. They had to retrieve and go to the shore and then figure out how to unlock, and then they spent the day running around camp yesterday figuring out this, clues and all this stuff, trying to find the captain and everything. And in between that all, we fit in the blob, a little football, some basketball, even a few Frisbee classes. I was able to go to our professional back nine yesterday on our Frisbee course with some campers. And we have 1,000 things that we want to tell you of what's happened here in the last 5 or 6 days. So too many stories just to tell right here, but if you don't hear anything else from me this morning, I just want to say thank you for sending your sons. It was awesome. I think I would take every one of them for a night.
Kevin 4.
What is going on?
Bumblebee winner.
The bumblebee. You first.
Chase, Samuel, Michael.
And the mystery boy. Dylan. Okay. You were introducing. And what's your name?
Dylan Peterson.
Okay. And who are you? Mark. Oh yeah, Mark, I met you the first day of camp. Okay, is that Bobby right there? Okay.
We had a great ratio too. So.
It was 3 of us and six of these guys. It was fun. So.
It was really great. I mean, Lord provided for us to really get to know these guys. It was a really good time.
I'm Chris Top.
All right,
Junior
next
at
guy we have
University.
is one
Thanks for seeing you kids. It's my first time here at Kanakuk, and it's definitely a great first time. Love
certain
it.
toys we gave Ben.
My name is Bobby Neptune. I'm from Bartlesville, Oklahoma originally. Yeah, Oklahoma. And I go to school at the University of Arkansas. And I'm, go Hogs. Go Hogs. So, and this is my second year at Kanakuk. And it's just a blessing all the way around to see these guys rolling in opening day, and then to be able to get to spend that week with them and just be able to get to just hang out with them and really have fun. It's been an awesome week. I think all these guys will attest to it. We're all tired, like we're all just wiped out, ready for a nap, but it's been a fun week. So we've got some cabin awards that we're going to present real fast. You want to go first?
Zach, if you want to come on up here.
Come on, Zachary. Yeah, bud.
Zach, the two character qualities we used to describe Zach are good-spirited and boldness. Zach demonstrates boldness in his athletics and interaction with others. His good spirit influences others to smile and to understand true joy. And the award that we're giving Zach is the Heart Award, which is the first of that is 1 Samuel 16:7. God sees not as man sees; He looks upon the heart. So, you represent.
Yay!
Feeling okay? Michael, come on down. Come on down. Yeah, bud. Michael Corley
Next
The two character qualities we picked for Michael is outgoing and patient. Michael is as patient as he is outgoing. His outgoing personality combined with his patience is a blessing to all those who are around him. And the award we gave Michael is the Flagnum Award, which Flagnum is a difficult word to say, but what it is, it means fired up and going nuts every minute. And the verse that goes along with that is, never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spirits firm in serving the Lord, which is Romans 12:11. There you go, Mike. Yeah, boy. Yeah, Samuel.
Alright, Samuel. The two character qualities we described Samuel was sincerity and humility. He's definitely a great guy. Samuel's wisdom is demonstrated in his slowness to speak and quickness to listen. Samuel is sincere and humble and brings a strong amount of wisdom to all those who come to him. He's a great guy. And he's getting the friendship award. Also walks alongside him. And the verse that goes with that, a friend loves at all times. Proverbs 17:17. So, yeah,
Samuel.
great guy.
Woo! There you go, bud. Big P.
Next, we have Matt.
The two character qualities we used to describe Dylan were courage and honor. Dylan is motivated by principles and honor and visibly presents this to others. Dylan also projects a feeling of courageousness in all he does. The award we gave him was the 110% award. That's excellent attitude and effort. The first is Colossians 3:21. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord.
Chase, where you at?
Whatever you do, with all your heart, as working for the Lord.
Chase, the two character qualities we gave you were generosity and discipline. Chase is quick to give his service and shows a high level of discipline with everything he does. He has a strong desire to do the best that he can be. And the award that we gave Chase was the I'm Third Award, which is kind of our theme here at camp. It's God first, others second, and yourself third. And the verse that goes along with that is loving the Lord with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. Matthew 22:37-38. Okay.
Tennessee ball fan right here. Smart boy, smart boy. Alright, two character qualities for Mark were expressiveness and gentleness. Mark is always willing to share himself, express his feelings and beliefs. He also brings a gentle atmosphere and spirit to every situation. And Mark's award here is total release and giving in all sports. Great athlete.
Zach,
Good
you
guy.
said Zach was steadfast.
Yeah, Mark. That's it. We had 6 campers, and it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I think we're fixing to do a big ceremony here in a second. So, yeah, do you have any questions for us? Journalism.
Accounting and finance.
You came up with the word flagnum.
Flagnum? I did.
It's old and ancient.
It's been around camp for a while, I think. Flagnum. Fired up and going nuts every minute. So, flagnum.
I bet the person who invented it is it. You know, whoever that was.
I need a word.
Flagnum. It's been fun. It really has.
Okay. Okay.
I was at a different camp last summer, and I got to come over here this summer, which was awesome. Which is like the age group of these guys. I was with these guys last year, the little kids at K1, and I love hanging out at K West with some people who are closer to my age, which is awesome. So, because I'm really a 7th grader at heart, not gonna lie. I don't ever want to grow up.
We really don't want to grow up.
It's just like we were going through camp with everybody else. So.
Good.
You guys here for the introduction?
I am.
And then we're going to be here very beginning. Like we'll be here in the
And I'll be here all summer long. So if you need me, you know where to find me. I'll be right here.
Fun stories. We got a lot of stories.
yeah, like a lot of times they come around and talk
I think one of my favorite stories was at the
they just
lunch
come by and they
table
kind of interview and you just kind of talk to them.
we had this game where
Kind of like an interview process.
the scrape, like
I grew up as a camper at Kanakuk, Colorado, and got to go out there for 5 years. Incredibly blessed to be able to do that. And then last year got to work at K1. I interviewed during the school year, and then worked at K1 last year, and then re-interviewed this school year, and came to K West. So it's been a fun journey. Yes, Mom. It's been a fun camp journey for me so far.
wow, wouldn't it be cool if we all put our cups?
I don't know.
I race and I drink get all my ice cream.
Real world kind of stuff. But anyway, anything possible I can see.
All this, I think 4 guys were
How did these boys play any kind of jokes on you or anything in the cabin?
No, they were all obedient, right?
Yeah, that would have worked if you
No, I'm a little sore though. I mean, that's about it. Jokes? Probably not. We won Best Bunkhouse, the Honor Condo Award. Yeah.
Nice.
Did y'all get icy juices last night?
Oh, really? Y'all got fireworks though, right?
Yeah, y'all got fireworks. That was fun.
like a mini party. Of course, they have some better ones back home.
Without a doubt, Mr. Zach.
Zach and Mark.
What'd they do?
The first one's up every morning.
Oh, yeah.
Like we have a rule that you can't get out of bed until 8, and so Mark's up there and he's just kind of laying in bed, and the next person to wake up, I don't remember who it would be, but they'd play cards in bed just so that we'd be asleep, and I'd wake up every now and then and just be like, oh gosh, are they awake? Okay, good, just checking. So
First one I woke up about 6 a.m. Zach and Mark are playing cards.
like who would be last sleeping sleep?
I don't know. I mean, usually they're all pretty good, actually. I don't know how that happened. It was great. I think at the end of the day, we all kind of we hit the pillows hard.
Saturday night was kind of.
Camper Awards. Let me get over here by the 4-year guys. 4 years. What do you guys get? What is that?
A cross with shoes on it.
That's a cross and tennis shoes. That's kind of the Kanakuk symbol, which symbolizes the freedom that we have in Christ. Shoes in the Bible kind of represent freedom, and we are an athletic camp. We want to represent Christ in everything that we do, including our athletics. So that's kind of the Kanakuk logo. You can wear that this year. Congratulations, Ben. And who else got the 4-year award? Jacob, way to go. And Cushman, way to go. Oh, you're 6-year. Congrats. Give it up for these guys. 4-year campers, way to go. And I'm so confused. Let's look at the 5-year campers. We've got Matt and Chase. What do you got there, Matt?
Fish. 3.
That's right. What does that 3 mean, do you think?
I don't know.
It's a good question. What do you think? You know, Eugene?
I'm 3rd.
I'm 3rd. That's right. It's one of the foundational principles of Kanakuk is I'm 3rd. Put God first, the other fellow 2nd, and ourselves 3rd. And you guys are great examples of that. I know when you wear that you'll remember that's what it means to be a Christian. Congratulations. Thanks, guys. 6 years.
We do everything. We're all around. So, if you have questions about that, I'm going to be a senior at OU, accounting and finance. Real exciting stuff. So it's nice to be here. This year for the all-around specialty, our missile hustle award is going to go to Cannon Anthony.
Back in. Bang bang.
Come on down. Let's see who is going to come on down here. Well, I'm Todd Rapp. I'm giving away the tennis specialty award here for Mr. Hustle. And it goes to Mr. Parker West.
Yeah, Parker.
Yeah, Parker.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, Parker.
My name is David Dahl. I'll be a senior at Asbury College, studying youth ministry, and I had the privilege of working with all of your sons who were in soccer specialty. So the Soccer Mr. Hustle Award goes to Preston Neely. Captain.
Can I see Richard Courtney up here, please? Come on, Richard, where are you? You guys already know me. I did have the privilege of leading basketball specialty these past 5 or 6 days, and I'm a graduate of the University of Kansas, way back when they used peach baskets, and Naismith was the coach. And anyway, we work out with basketball specialty 3 hours a day down there. The guys come down first hour right after breakfast, and we work on ball handling skills and transition stuff. And we also, second period time we're down there during the day, we scrimmage a lot. We had a little 3-on-3 summer league, and we also had an NBA summer league. Then our final time together, our third hour of the day, we work on station drills and take the guys through fundamentals, team offense, team defense, and we shoot a lot of free throws. And so anyway, I'm excited this morning to be able to present the Mr. Hustle Award to Richard Courtney from Bunkhouse number 2. Give it up.
Yeah, Richard. He's from my town.
I'm Matt Thomas, and I go to Texas Tech University. I'll be a junior next year. All right, Red Raiders. I had the pleasure of being the head specialty for football and working with these guys 3 hours a day in the weight room and out on the field, and usually doing push-ups when they made good plays, which they loved, but I didn't like that very much, but it was all right. But Parker was always busting out there. He was a real leader, and that's why we're giving him the Mr. Hustle Award for football.
Yeah.
My name's Casey Cook. I'll be a super senior at Georgia Tech, majoring in finding a job. I had the pleasure of having baseball specialty, and hate to see these guys go. We had a great 7 days here. Had 4 guys. This year, the Mr. Hustle Award's going to go to Mackenzie Roach. Matt, come on up here.
Yeah, Mac.
My name is Brent Clarkson. Can I talk now? My name is Brent Clarkson. I'm a graduate of Auburn University and the Kanakuk Institute, and I work at Mount Vernon K-Life. I got a lot of my Mount Vernon boys here. I need to see Andrew Cushman up here. Everybody. These are all my Branson boys. Andrew got Mr. Hustle Triathlete Specialty. I got to work with them this summer, or this past week. Did a lot of mountain biking, a little bit of running, a little bit of swimming, and he's just a really, really hard worker. Had a blast hanging out with him. Second year in a row, I've had him in my specialty, so he's a stud.
Yeah, Christian.
Well, moms and dads, one of the things you need to understand is we do awards envelopes for each camper that comes through the gates here, when they leave our tribal area this morning, you'll receive an awards packet, so make sure that your camper makes it to your Suburban or your van or your car today with that. We have lots of other ribbons and awards in there that we won't be able to give out just due to time here this morning, but wanted to recognize those guys in our specialties. Specialties are such a big part of what we do here at K-West. It's what really makes this camp different than any of the other Kanakuk camps. When you come here, these guys went down the very first day and met with the scheduler, and they were able to design and create their own schedule. In other words, if they come here with their best friend and they want to be in the same classes as their best friend, then we try to comply with that. Specialties meet 3 hours a day. We want your kids to get better. I know there is definitely, like for Richard, I know that he improved on his shooting while he was here. All of us as coaches work very diligently to make sure that your campers become better at the sports that they want to come to be better at, by the time they leave here. So K-West, that's our distinctive. Specialties 3 hours a day, all around meets 1 hour a day, which frees them up to do a lot of other classes all around camp. That's something that not all the other kids get to do, and that's a fun deal. What we want to do right now is transition from the sports kind of area into what we call our bunkhouse awards. And these bunkhouse awards deal more with campers' character, not only just on the athletic field, but what we see in the dining hall and in best bunkhouses and in our evening parties. And we just see these campers that have some wonderful character qualities instilled in them. Before I talk about those, I do want to give you guys an update. Parents need to know one other thing. If this is your first year here, and some of you guys are veterans, so you know this, every camper that comes in is put in one of two tribes. Either they become a Choctaw or a Cherokee. Now, we have any Choctaws here this morning? Any noise out there? Any Choctaws? Not awake yet. We have any Cherokees out there? Yeah, we have some Cherokees. Okay. Everybody is divided into Choctaws or Cherokees, and if your dad was a Cherokee, then you will be a Cherokee. If your grandfather was a Cherokee, then his son was a Cherokee, and so on and so forth. So you'll always be Cherokee for the rest of your life. If you're a counselor, you become a Mohican, and you're always a Mohican, and your tribal background is disguised, and campers never know whether you were a Choctaw or Cherokee. You just become a Mohican, okay? So that's how it is, but that's a really important part, and I'm here via Austin Oaks, who's my schedule keeper, point tabulation guy. And so would you like a point total update, kind of at the midway? You want to know who's leading? Yes. Yeah. Any Cherokees want to know who's leading? Yeah. Okay, any Choctaws want to know who's leading? Yeah. Maybe? Yes? No? Well, I'm here to say that it's dead even. How about that? Don't you just hate that when it happens? Okay, we've already had a bunch of tribal competitions doing different things around camp, and those points total every day that we do a competition, we add those up, and then guys, you're going to find out what your level was here in a moment. We have all these, the Golden Spur, the Silver Saddle, the Golden Buckle, all those different levels here at K-West contribute into adding points into your tribe. So you guys will find out how you helped your tribe here this morning. So we're going to go ahead and launch into our bunkhouse awards right now. These are the ones that deal with character, and I'm going to start, according to my schedule, it says the 110% award with Mr. Alan Befford. Bring Alan up. Let's welcome Alan. He hasn't been up here yet.
My name is Alan Befford, and everyone's paying me back for the years of times I've turned the music up on them and not talk. What they don't know is I'm really loud, and I can talk over them. But I am a recent graduate of the University of Arkansas, Go Hogs, in the past 6 months, so I'm kind of excited. And I'm giving out the 110% award. And these are the guys that are going above and beyond 110% all the time. Whether that's in the cabins, whether that's playing sports, whether that's in the dining hall, whatever they're doing. I mean, it's like, these are the guys that go rappelling but don't use a rope, or go skiing but don't use a ski, or they might go fishing, they don't use a pole, they just use a stick. They're just like, that's what these guys are. So. Can I see Mr. Tyler Barnes from Cabin 2?
Yeah, boys.
110% award to Tyler Barnes, going all out, all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, Tyler.
Can I see Mr. Daniel Vaughn up here, please?
D-Vaughn.
D-Vaughn. Man, oh man. Daniel, come on up here, buddy. I'm giving away the Fighting Heart Award to Daniel Vaughn. Daniel, the Fighting Heart Award goes to the guy that you want on your team. Through thick or thin, Daniel is going to be there and give it his best. He's the guy that you want. Last night when you're running around camp trying to look out for the Poseidon Force, and because he's the guy that will never, ever say die, never, ever quit. So let's give it up for Daniel Vaughn. Congratulations.
My name is Austin Hoax, and let's see, I graduated from Wheaton College, and I love to shop so much that I'm moving to Branson to hang out at the Landing. Just kidding, I don't really like to shop that much. I did move to Branson to work with K-Life, and I get to work here in the summers. And if I could have Brendan Page, cabin 2. Come on up here, Brendan. For Brendan, we have the Mighty in Spirit Award. This is the guy who's encouraging. It's not what's on the outside, but it's what on the inside. So we give you the Mighty in Spirit Award. Way to go, Brendan.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. You know, I'm always, I guess I should say I'm never surprised, and I'm always thankful and amazed at the caliber of coaches that we have and our counselors. These guys that have stood up here and shared, I wish I had time to tell you, about all of them. Austin is such a gifted and talented young man. He played basketball up at Wheaton College and has helped for years here with our basketball program. He directed our Denver, Colorado K-Life for several years, and now he's moving here to Branson to be a part of our K-Life Ministries. That's where our headquarters are here, and he'll help coordinate 4 or 5 of the area K-Lives. And I could go on with Alan. Alan is just so talented, and on down the line, David, Matt, all these guys that you've seen up here are tremendous, and we just feel so blessed to have them pouring into your kids' lives. Well, right now, what I want to do is present what we feel like is our highest honor here at K-West and at Kanakuk and Kids Across America. And I'm going to ask Todd to come up. Your campers, while they're here, so many things that we do, and the way camp is designed is we desire each person that walks through these gates to learn a little bit more about what it means to be I am third. And that means that we put God first, the other person second, and ourselves third. When the religious leaders of Jesus' time were asking him about the law and all the importance of the commandments, there was literally hundreds of laws. They said, what's the most important one, Jesus? How are you going to boil it all down? And Jesus said, well, the very most important commandment that you can follow is that you love God with everything that you have. And the second is like the first, that you love your neighbor as yourself. And so based on that is where we get the I Am Third Award. And the counselors and the leadership team, as we get to know your kids, we vote on and talk about and decide who we really feel like exhibits the I Am Third life the best while they're here. And out of these 1 weekers, I can tell you, they're all of them. I'd love to keep all your kids. They're so polite. All of them are gentlemen. Never had any problems this past week. Everything was wonderful, and I sincerely mean that. It's just been a tremendous week. So it was very difficult for us to decide, but we counseled together and we've made some choices. And so we're going to present, I believe, a winner and a runner-up. I think we'll let Todd. Todd, would you like to do it? Okay, great. Okay, our I Am Third runner-up comes from Bunkhouse 4 and certainly deserved of this award. Tucker Brackens. Come on up, Tucker. Well deserved. All wonderful campers. Our I Am Third winner for first term 2006 comes from Bunkhouse number 3, Mr. Chase Inns. Come on up. Let's give these 2 guys one more round of applause just for living the life that we feel is all over here. Congratulations, guys. We appreciate having you. Well, it says right now that we are almost there. I'm going to sneak over here and pick up a couple things. Zach, we okay? Can you hang in there? You gonna make it? All right. I think I might be in trouble with the nurses. We may have to go down there. I had to spring him out of the health center to bring him down. Well, you know, I want to just share with you about 10 or 15 minutes here real quickly to close out our time together, and then we're going to get you to your luggage, and you can jump in your vehicles, and hopefully we'll see you back here next year for 2 weeks. But you know, if I had a word to give you this morning, and I was going to mix up a little sunshine smoothie. How many of y'all like Sonic? We got a Sonic a couple years ago in Branson. You know, we get excited about things like that. I feel like I've probably spent $1 million there. You know, it's like every time I turn around, I find a Sonic receipt laying on our counter or something. You know, Beth's taking the boys there, and I love going there in the morning and getting their little sunshine smoothies. It's kind of mixture. I'm not sure what they put in it. I don't know if it's tater tots and corn dogs or something, you know, a few little strawberries or whatever, but it's good. If I could give you a sunshine smoothie today, and I was going to talk to you about the family and how your family could be great this next year, I've got a few thoughts I want to share with you. If you'll just let me indulge for a second. I got a really fun email. I'm not much of a computer guy. I'll be honest. I rely on guys like Todd and probably even my own sons. You know that he took his computer class at Branson and came home, and I said, "How do you do an Excel spreadsheet?" Oh, let me come in here. You know, so he's showing me how to do stuff. But I got a really fun email the other day, and it made me think about you guys and families. And you know, a family that loves each other usually is a great family. Wouldn't you say so? If a family knows really how to love each other, it's a great family. And I got this email. I don't know if y'all have seen this. I just started laughing, and I wish I could say I have all these memorized. I don't. I want to read them to you. And again, if you just let me take 2 or 3 minutes, they are hilarious. Here it is. A group of professional people posed this question to a group of 4 to 8-year-olds. So we had some high-powered analysts, psychologists come in, and they took a little survey with 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8-year-olds, and they asked them, what does love mean? Okay? I don't know if y'all have heard this, but this is pretty hilarious. Okay, and these are the answers, and you know what? We can learn a lot from kids, can't we? You know, especially little ones. If you watch Todd Rapp's little guys run around, it's just like Bronwyn is this mother goose, and it's all these little goslings or whatever you call them following her around, and they're just the sweetest, gentlest kids. Okay, these are the answers. 4 to 8-year-olds, what does love mean? Okay, Rebecca, age 8, says this: when my grandmother got arthritis, she couldn't bend over and paint her toenails anymore, so my grandfather does it for her all the time, even when his hands got arthritis too. That's love. How about that, huh? Billy, age 4, says, when someone loves you, the way they say your name is different. You just know that your name is safe in their mouth. Okay. Love is when a girl puts on perfume and a boy puts on shaving cologne and they go out and smell each other. That's Carl, age 5. Chrissy, age 6, says this: love is when you go out and eat and give somebody most of your French fries without making them give you any of theirs. Oh, yeah, okay. Terry, age 4, says this: love is what makes you smile when you're tired. How about that, huh? Continuing on. Danny, age 7, says this: love is when mommy makes coffee for my daddy and she takes a sip before giving it to him just to make sure that it taste is okay. Emily, age 8, says love is when you kiss all the time. Then when you get tired of kissing, you still want to be together and you talk more. My mommy and daddy are like that. They look gross when they kiss. Okay, Emily? Bobby, age 7, he wows us all. He says, love is what's in the room with you at Christmas if you stop opening presents and listen. Wow, pretty deep. Nikki, age 6, says this, and it's way, way profound. If you want to learn to love better, you should start with a friend who you hate. It's pretty powerful. Love is when you tell a guy you like his shirt, then he wears it every day. That's Noel, age 7. Yeah, that Father's Day is coming up. Father's Day is coming up. All right, love is like a little old woman and a little old man who are still friends even after they know each other so well. That's what Tommy says, age 6. Cindy, age 8, says this: during my piano recital, I was on stage and I was scared. I looked at all the people watching me and I saw my daddy waving and smiling. He was the only one doing that. I wasn't scared anymore. That's what love is to me. My mommy loves me more than anybody. You don't see anyone else kissing me to sleep at night. Claire, age 6. And these are just so precious. I have to read them all. A couple more here. Elaine, age 5, says, love is when mommy gives daddy the best piece of chicken. Amen. We like that. Chris, age 7, says this, love is when mommy sees daddy smelly and sweaty and still says he is handsomer than Brad Pitt. Ooh. Okay. Love is when your puppy licks your face even after you left him alone all day. And Marianne, age 4. Aren't dogs just the greatest? I have a yellow lab up there. You might see him run around. His name is Tripper. He is that, you know, he never says anything harsh to me. When I come home from work and it's been busy, and he's just there with his big old tail knocking me over and never has a bad word to say. In fact, this morning, I don't know how, he was in my house, in my face at 6 o'clock in the morning, getting me out of bed, greeting me. I tell you, puppy licks your face even after you left him alone all day. Lauren, age 4, says, I know my older sister loves me because she gives me all of her old clothes and has to go out and buy new ones. When you love somebody, your eyelashes go up and down and little stars come out of you. Karen, age 7. All right, Jessica at age 8 says this, you really shouldn't say I love you unless you mean it. But if you mean it, you should say it a lot. People forget. Jessica, age 8. You know, gang, if you haven't told each other that you love each other, you know, today is a great day to do that. And what makes a family strong, in my opinion, is that they hear that a lot. It's really weird. I know I've told this story before, but the power of a spoken word is incredible. Parents, I don't think you'll ever understand, and I, as a parent, I don't think I'll understand the words that I speak to my children have such of a power of blessing. And campers, listen up. You guys don't understand how much it means to us as parents when you speak encouragement back to us. It's amazing the power of a spoken word when we tell each other that we love one another. You know, my son, I have 2 boys. I have one who's we just finished junior high in our freshman year, and we're launching into high school, and it has been a ride and a half. And I've got another one who's just getting ready to start junior high, going from 6th grade to 7th grade. So, you know, I only have 2, and people go, you only have 2 kids? I go, well, actually, I have 1,700 that I, you know, claim as dependents on my income tax every year from Key West. You know, I feel like I have to take care of a lot of them. It's hard for me to take care of my own kids, and I have one who, I don't know, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, one night when I was leaving, after I was tucking him in bed, he just, I was flipping off the light switch, and I heard from his bed, he says, Dad, thanks for being the best dad in the world. He goes, I love you. And I went, oh, well, thanks, that's nice, you know. And so over a period of the next few months, he said that every night, and that turned into something that he said every night, and it turned into years. And, you know, somewhere in there, after about 2 years of hearing him say, Dad, thanks for being the best dad in the world. I love you. You know, one night when I was walking out to flip the switch off, it hit me like, I really am the greatest dad in the world. And, you know, I started thinking, getting a big head. I go, wait a minute. I really am the greatest dad in the world. My son thinks, you know, that I'm the greatest dad in the world. And I really know that my son loves me. You know, and I did this little thing with my son where I said, hey, if I lined up and his age has changed over there, but I lined up all the 6-year-olds end to end, you know, I'd go down the line going, no, 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 you. I would choose you every time because I love you. And so, gang, if we haven't, as a family, if you haven't told your kids that you love them, I know you do that often, tell them today because there's something special about that. Now, I want to share just 4 little things that I hope will be a peace in your mind. When you think about the family and you think about love being a part of your family, I want to challenge you just with a couple thoughts. I am, how many of y'all are Lance Armstrong fans? Anybody remember being caught up in the Lance Armstrong deal? I'm kind of a biker. I love to ride my mountain bike around. I love to ride my road bike around. I know Brent Clarkson is a biking nut. You know, he has his bikes here. But one of the things that, if you watch the Tour de France, and I don't know, 6 times, Brent? 7? How many? 6, 7. One is 7th one. Well, when you're a part of the Tour de France, you are the elite of the elite. And there's, what, a couple hundred riders in that thing, and there's different teams. And when you're the leader of the Tour de France, you get this this is really what it looks like. This is the yellow jersey, and you get to put this on, and that signifies that you are a leader, okay? And it signifies that you're going to be the one that's up front setting the pace. And moms and dads, if I could talk to you as parents, and at the same time, Andrew and Zach, Tyler, I could talk to you guys as campers, I want to challenge you to say, if you want a really good family this next year, I want you to think about the word leader. Parents on your side of the fence, if I could talk to you for a second and give you encouragement parent to parent, guys, be the leader of your family, okay? You know, the leader sets the pace. You know, I've seen so many times in the tour where there's been an accident or something's happened. The leader is, the front leaders in the pack in the tour will actually slow their pace. There was an accident a couple years in the Tour de France, and one rider had gone down, and Lance actually slowed down all 200 of the riders, the peloton, so this other rider that had crashed could catch up, and once he caught up and made sure that he was doing okay, he said, let's continue the race. And so the leader was the one that set the pace. And parents, never apologize for being parents. That means you kind of have to grab the wheel sometimes and say, you know what, we're not going to go to that movie. Or you know what, we're not going to have a computer in our house. And you know what, you're not going there to that party. And you set the pace. And you know what, we shouldn't apologize for that as parents, because that's the role God has given us. So moms and dads, don't be afraid to set standards in the area of what your kids watch, what they take in. Again, I can't keep up with all the iPod videos and everything of my kid, but a lot of times I say no. I say yes as much as I can to my kids. There's times where I just say no, and they, Dad, but everybody, you know what? We're not doing that. We're not everybody, and we're not going to do that. So parents, be mindful of being that leader with the yellow jersey on, of setting the pace for your family. And you know what, campers? You know, I think about Chase and all you other guys. You know, one of the greatest things that I've seen, I saw this little 6th grade kid this year at Branson decide that he was going to get 10 or 12 of his friends together, and he was going to start a small group Bible study. That's what he wanted to do. So he made a list up of his 10 friends that he thought would be good guys to get together, and organized a little meeting and brought them all to a place after school to have ice cream. And they're off and running with their small group, because he wants to be able to follow Christ at his school. He's not afraid to be a leader. I know in my school, when I go to visit our kids out at the elementary and junior high schools, I know there's one table, there's a group of leaders. And I know some of them are here from Branson right now. When I walk in the lunchroom, I see them sitting there at the lunch table, and they all huddle up and hold hands and pray before they eat. And guys, campers, I want to challenge you. You guys have a chance to be leaders for others in your school, and you know what that looks like. And you know how much fun it is to see other people following the Lord. So don't be afraid. If you want that family that is really going to have a great year, moms and dads, don't ever apologize for sticking the yellow jersey on and setting the pace for your family and saying yes and no where you need to. And campers, I really want to encourage you guys to be bold this year and be a leader at your school. Don't be a follower. There's tons of followers. You guys be a leader. Well, the second thing that I think is a great ingredient for you guys that I think makes families unbelievable is what I call a standing O. We do it here at camp, don't we, campers? A little standing O. Can we do one of those? A standing O. When we think something's great here at camp, we do this little thing called the standing O, and we also have 417 other cheers we'll hear on the way home. Don't say to your son when you're heading home, if he goes, hey, how far is it to Aurora? Don't say, oh, I think it's only 17 miles. 17, count them, 1, 2, 3. He'll go into a whole cheer, you know, or whatever, and don't use the word sweet or the words okay or the words all right, or you're going to learn that there's like 400 different cheers for these different words that we use here at camp, and you'll hear them all this summer, as all this winter too. But we have this one called the standing O, and when we see something great, we stand up and we do a standing O. It was so fun. I think more this last term than ever. Campers, if you could do this year with your parents, and you could tell them when they do things right, give them a standing O, because believe me, as parents, we need to hear that. You know, it was really cool. One day I was sitting, I don't know, I may have even been down there with cabin 3, and all of a sudden I saw a camper on this end of the dining hall and one on the other end of the dining hall. They were like, hey, Zach. And he said, hey, what? He goes, isn't this the best chicken that you've ever had? He goes, yeah, what are you going to do about it? Well, let's call out the cooks. And we what? want the cooks. And so the whole dining hall's cheering for the cooks to come out. Guys, can you imagine what your mom would feel like if you were sitting at the table and you said to your brother or sister, hey, isn't that the greatest pancake you've ever had? Yeah, what are you going to do about it? Well, let's call out Mom, you know, and you do a standing O. You know, campers, your parents need to hear you be appreciative and give a lot of standing O's. If you want a wonderful family this year, campers, work hard at giving standing O's and telling your parents when they do a great job. Thank them today. Come on, thank them today for the things that they've done, the sacrifices that they've made to get you here to camp. And moms and dads, I guarantee you, for campers that are in junior high, more than anything that I've seen, you know, we had all these meetings, and you know, when we went and met with the faculty when our kids were starting in 7th grade, they're like, oh, this is going to be a really hard time, and junior high is so hard and it's difficult. You know, they're talking about all the things they're going to have to learn. You know, 5 different locker combinations, 1 for PE, 1 for football, 1 for their books, 1 for one to get in. You know, they have to memorize all this stuff, and they're going to have to, you know, make it from class to class. I'm telling you, more than anything, if you have a son or a daughter that's in junior high, you need to be giving out a lot of these standing O's, parents. Do a lot of standing O's for your guys. They need that. And you know what? Sometimes it just needs, sometimes, you know, if you're kind of like my 15-year-old, I'm like, hey, you need to go up and you need to clean your room and straighten up. And I'll come up and I'm going like, gosh, the room looks pretty clean, you know, and then I'll open the door and there's this mound of something alive in his closet where he's stuffed everything, you know, and he's made it halfway there. He has picked up, he has cleaned his room, he just got, and instead of going, gosh, you didn't, I need to go, hey, standing O, thanks, you at least got us to the 50-yard line. Great job. Now let's bring the rest of it down to the laundry room and we'll take care of that. But, you know, sometimes we got to find those little things that are right. Maybe if it isn't all the way, we still need to be a standing O as parents to our kids. Believe me, your 6th, 7th, and 8th graders need to hear that. You need, it's our goal. You heard it's a Kanakuk deal. I love it. You know why I love basketball specialty? Because I can go to Tyler and say, Tyler, that was a great job taking the ball to the basket. You know, or whatever it is. Samuel, you did a great job. In fact, I didn't even mention this. Samuel was our free throw champion for the for cabins 1 through 4. Samuel, you need to give him a hand right there. Samuel, up for one of our free throw contests, shot free throws every day. He was our free throw champion. I forgot that. But I love encouraging them, at least when they're down there, those 3 hours of the day, they're going out of my mouth, my goal is to hear at least 5 times, if not 10 times, where I've told them they've done something well. Okay, it's not they dribbled off their foot or went out of bounds or, ooh, you missed that shot. Great follow through, great hustle. Way to get to the basket. It'll happen next time. Great job listening. Whatever it is, and we just need to be so excited about doing standing O's. Well, 2 other things I want to encourage you about to do with your family. To make it a great family and really have a family that's centered in love. Right here is an apron. And I'm telling you what, families that love each other will volunteer to serve each other. You know, we call it I am third here, and I already talked about that, but putting God first, the other person second, and yourself third, there's nothing greater on Saturday mornings as a parent for me. And moms and dads, you know this. You're here. Saturday mornings, you know, we work hard at camp, and by the time Saturday morning rolls around and we've done our basketball games, our football games, you know, we've been to the school assemblies, we're worn out. On Saturday mornings, I would love to stay in bed and sleep actually, but Saturday mornings we get up, we have a tradition. I love serving my kids. And guess what we do, counselors? Same thing we do here at camp on Saturday mornings. We serve pancakes, okay? I'll get up, I'll fire up the grill, and I make all kinds of special pancakes. I love serving my kids on Saturday morning. Now, we've got the regular pancakes, which we can get up and eat with, you know, peanut butter. I put peanut butter on my pancakes, try to get protein in my kids. Then on some days, we'll do chocolate chip pancakes, which are, you know, adding in the chocolate chips. And I did that for Bunkhouse 1 and 2, some of you guys. We make chocolate chip pancakes while they're here. One morning, I woke up and decided to make Shrek pancakes. Probably going, what are Shrek pancakes? We had green pancakes. The kids came out, ooh, Dad, cool, green. They didn't eat them, but they were green pancakes. Put a little food coloring in there and have my secret recipe going. So I love serving. One last thing, a family that loves each other is a family that's going to invest in eternal things. They're going to invest in eternal things. I can't lie. One of the greatest things that we get to do here at camp is that we get to teach your kids a little bit about God's Word and what it means to have a relationship with Him. And campers, you know here at Kanakuk, you've developed a great habit of getting up and doing your 10 by 10s, 10 minutes every morning. We gave them an option. We didn't force them. They wanted to get up. They could spend 10 minutes in the morning doing a little Bible study, and then at night we finish out our night with a little devotion, and we go through things and we talk about important questions. I got to do it with all 40 of you guys last night. We were up at the gazebo and we were just talking, doing a little devotional on heaven. Okay? Investing in the eternal things, moms and dads, having that little breakfast table devotion, even if it's just 2 minutes, sometimes ours are less than 2 minutes, just mentioning a word. And campers, fitting that into your everyday schedule, even if it's just a short little 10 by 10. And I will say this, too, if I could, I'm going through, and I don't know if you picked it up, but anyway, a little acronym for love. I would also say not only invest in eternal things, but extend grace, extend forgiveness. We need it. In the junior high years, we blow it. And moms and dads, you need to tell your campers, hey, I forgive you. And you need to have some times where you're just going to have to say, hey, I blew it. That was my bad, and I need to ask your forgiveness. There's nothing more humbling than a parent when you have to go to your son or your daughter and say, hey, I'm sorry, I blew that, I didn't handle that right, but I want to ask for your forgiveness. And you guys, campers, you know the same thing too. When you blow it, when you don't do something that's right, you need to come in and meet with your parents and just say, hey, listen, you need to stand there and say, Dad, I'm sorry. Mom, I'm sorry, I blew it. Because forgiveness goes a long way, and we know that the Bible teaches a lot about forgiveness, how Jesus gave us an example, that we should forgive others just as God has forgiven us through His Son, Jesus Christ. And that's it. You want a great family this year. I mean, there's 4 to 8-year-olds really have it all down. Their definitions are all right there. That's love in action. But gang, if you could just remember a few little things, be a leader this year. Parents and campers, go home and set the pace at your school. Moms and dads, don't be afraid about setting the pace in your house. Give a lot of standing O's. We do them here at camp. There's nothing better. Encourage each other. Be volunteer to serve. Be quick to serve one another. That's so important. And then invest in eternal things and extend forgiveness. That's a great recipe. That is a great sunshine smoothie from Sonic if you want a family that will do well this year.
On record. Did you enjoy doing these treetops?
I didn't get to do one.
Oh.